covering every county. This is your statewide newscast, Arkansas Today.
Good afternoon, I'm Mallory Brooks. Thanks for watching Arkansas Today on this Tuesday afternoon. More than 50 sex crimes have been reported at the University of Arkansas since 2009. Campus police want to stop them before they happen. 9 sex crimes were reported on campus in 2018 alone. Andrew Epperson reports on how police say you can protect yourself from potential criminals.
University of Arkansas junior Aaron No is in a fraternity, and he says he's had to step in and stop a possible sex crime.
She was telling me like he was being a creep and all that, and I told like one of her friends to like go take her home, and I called her an Uber actually.
Since 2009, an average of nearly 5 sex crimes are reported each year on U of A property. 38 instances happen in Greek life residences or dorms.
There is that sense of like brotherhood where, you know, things just stay in that clique, I guess you could say. 4 sex crimes have been reported so far in 2019, 3 in dorms. All 3 were reported as rape. Captain Matt Mills is with the University of Arkansas Police Department, and he has advice for students to help them stay safe.
What we want folks to do is pay attention to their surroundings, be aware of where they're at, who they're with, make sure that they have friends with them, and to trust their gut instincts.
Mills says campus police have a special 4-credit course to teach the skills of self-protection.
We teach a course called Rape Aggression Defense, or RAD. That's an 8-week course offered for PE credit through the Hyper building. It is for females only. The only males that are in the class are our officers who are instructors.
But it's not just women who can be educated. No says Greek life leaders are trying to get the word out to their members to decrease the number of assaults, both reported and unreported.
We'll have people or sexual assault like clubs come and talk to us about what are the signs of them, how you can prevent them, how you can help people.
If you've been sexually assaulted, the university encourages you to submit a Title IX report online.
And that was Andrew Epperson reporting. A budget proposal that includes a water rate increase for people in Texarkana, Texas moves forward. On Monday night, a public hearing was held at City Hall with no comment from residents. If board members approve the proposal in 2 weeks, residents would be charged an extra $1.50 per 1,000 gallons of water used. Officials say the money will be used to build a new water treatment plant.
We hope to attract more industry here in Texarkana, bring in more jobs for people, and to do that we need to be able to provide large quantities of water. So this treatment plant is really planning for the future in that aspect.
The new rates would go into effect October 1st. A woman in Fayetteville is being called a hero after saving someone from dying of an overdose. While visiting a friend in Dallas, Amanda Kimbrough heard a cry for help. When she got out of the car to see what was going on, she heard they were yelling for Narcan. Kimbrough says when she arrived, the guy was not breathing. She continuously did CPR until she was able to use the naloxone she kept in her car.
I eventually ended up adding that person on Facebook, and he's a friend now and not a statistic.
Kimbrough was able to save his life thanks to the Matt Adams Foundation, a nonprofit founded in memory of a man who died from overdose. The foundation gives opioid overdose reversal kits to people in the community. Well, happening around Arkansas, U.S. Senator John Boozman continues his commitment to the natural state's agriculture industry. Boozman met with ranchers and farmers on his annual AG tour to get feedback about their needs and experiences. On Monday, he stopped at Vet Veggies in Springdale, discussing the investment in the future for working veterans.
They're in positions of great responsibility to come back to their communities, and then there's just not the opportunities. Sadly, a lot of that training doesn't translate to the civilian world. We're blessed in Arkansas because of lots of people working hard. We've helped veterans make that transition.
Boozman's tour included stops in Benton, Washington, and Crawford counties. Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson joins community leaders in Fort Smith to recognize those who helped grow the area. The 2019 Arkansas Economic Developers and Chamber Executives Conference honors those for their outstanding work in the community, region, and state through economic development. The conference also allows developers to expand their own knowledge while connecting with other professionals in the area. Governor Hutchinson spoke about the trickle-down effect of communities working together to bring new industry to the state.
Well, these are economic developers from all over Arkansas, And what's exciting about it is that they understand the importance of working together as a region and also as a state. Because if we can recruit one new industry into the state, then that benefits everyone. The supply chain is likely to land in some other small community.
Governor Hutchinson applauded the 4 award recipients for their energy and leadership in the communities. In Oklahoma, a judge has ordered Johnson & Johnson to pay more than $500 million for its role in the opioid crisis that resulted in thousands of deaths in the state. With more than 2,000 lawsuits currently pending against opioid drug makers and distributors, this is a case that has been watched very closely because it could shape future rulings. Here's NBC's Kate Snow.
Thank you. Please have a seat.
This morning, a landmark judgment. An Oklahoma judge ruling Johnson & Johnson is responsible for helping fuel the opioid epidemic.
Defendants caused an opioid crisis that is evidenced by increased rates of addiction, overdose deaths, and neonatal abstinence syndrome in Oklahoma.
The judge ordering Johnson & Johnson to pay $572 million for its part in the crisis. It's less than the $17 billion prosecutors had asked for, but for grieving father Craig Box, who testified at the trial, it's still a victory that he hopes sends a strong message to other drug companies.
They knew the addictive qualities of the opioids, and were banking on that, I believe, unfortunately for profit.
Box was blindsided when his son Austin, a standout college football player, died of an opioid overdose. Prosecutors argued that J&J and its subsidiary Janssen Pharmaceuticals aggressively marketed opioids to doctors while downplaying the risks.
We have proven that Johnson & Johnson built its billion-dollar brand out of greed and on the backs of pain and suffering of innocent people.
Johnson & Johnson argued it manufactured a tiny percentage of prescription opioids and called the ruling flawed. The company says it will appeal.
The decision is fundamentally unfair in that it finds Johnson & Johnson responsible for the entirety of the opioid abuse crisis.
Oklahoma initially sued 3 drug companies, but Johnson & Johnson was the only one to go to trial. Purdue Pharma, which makes OxyContin, and Teva Pharmaceuticals both settled out of court and denied any wrongdoing. For parents like Tanya Ratcliffe, who has fostered and adopted children of people with substance abuse issues, this ruling is a huge win.
Healing begins, and hopefully, addiction can be conquered and will be conquered.
And Arkansas Attorney General Leslie Rutledge issued a statement following the Oklahoma District Court's decision that reads in part, quote, "I will hold all manufacturers accountable for the generation of addiction they have created and bring back the resources for treatment for the citizens of our great state."